Welcome back, guys. It's a new month, which means that there are new horror movies coming out, and this month we have a ton. So far, we have 23 horror movies slated for March of 2026, which again, there are always little stragglers that I find throughout the month. Last month in February, there were 25 in my video, but actually by the end of the month, there were 33 total. So be sure to follow me on socials because that's where I do a weekly update of all the horror movies, and that's where I find my little stragglers. I am so excited for March. We have so many incredible horror movies coming out. A couple of them a little bit questionable, but a lot of them are going to be so good. I could just feel it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Dark Distortion, you can rent this one on video on demand March 3rd. This one is about a group of adult models turned thieves who face unintended consequences after stealing a camcorder that houses the spirit of a murdered child. I actually really like the concept of this, but the trailer seems like it's going to be a little iffy. The Hermit, you can rent this one on video on demand starting March 3rd. Dragged on a vacation to the woods, teenagers Lisa and Eric fight for their lives against an unstoppable cannibal pig farmer. This one is starring Lou Ferrigno in his first creature role since CBS's The Incredible Hulk, and I'm kind of stoked for this. Dolly hits theaters March 6th. Macy is abducted by a deranged, monstrous figure who wants to raise her as its child. I got to watch Dolly a couple months back at a film festival, and although I was super excited for it, I left a little disappointed. I think it's an incredible homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the storyline itself is a little bit lackluster, but it was still fun enough to watch at least once. Heel hits limited theaters and video on demand March 6th. 19-year-old criminal Tommy is kidnapped and forced into a rehabilitation process by a dysfunctional couple, Chris and Catherine, who try to make him a good boy, and Tommy must find a way to escape. I'm so incredibly excited for this one. It looks like it's going to be gnarly. I love the cast, especially Stephen Graham. I also love how it seems like it's going to deal a little bit with Stockholm Syndrome. That's always so interesting to me. NFT Cursed Images comes out on video on demand March 6th. A group of crypto-savvy friends begin experiencing strange occurrences after buying into a cursed NFT collection. I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot that NFTs were a huge thing for a while. Not quite sure if they still are a thing. I like the concept of this. It's kind of giving this like internet Reddit 4chan lore. We'll see how the movie turns out. The Bride hits theaters March 6th. A lonely Frankenstein travels to 1930s Chicago to ask groundbreaking scientist Dr. Euphronius to create a companion for him. The two revive a murdered young woman and the bride is born, but what ensues is beyond what either of them imagined. I honestly wasn't quite sure if I was excited for The Bride. However, early social media reactions are saying that they love it. It's very electric and it very much is big swing storytelling, so I'm kind of excited for it now. Squatch, you can rent this one on video on demand starting March 10th. Nick Peters refuses an inheritance from his estranged father until his mom and crush Cassie convince him to visit the cabin, and their journey north leads them to face a legendary American monster. As somebody who firmly believes we do not have enough Bigfoot horror movies out there, I'm excited for this, but the trailer does look like it's going to be a little bit low budget, so I'm going to temper my expectations. Trucker hits video on demand March 10th. A trucker's family is killed in a fiery crash caused by a group of reckless teens, and rescued from the wreckage and nursed back to health by a mysterious old man, the trucker exacts brutal revenge on the teens who destroyed his life. Do Not Open hits video on demand March 10th. A married couple in their 50s retreat to a secluded cabin, hoping to mend their strained relationship. From the moment they arrive, they are given one rule. The door at the end of the hall is strictly off limits. At first, the husband is mildly curious, but as the days pass, the door seems to call to him. Strange occurrences, whispers in the night, fleeting shadow, objects not where they were left, slowly unravel his sanity. His curiosity festers into obsession, consuming his every thought. What lies beyond the door? And the answer may be far more terrifying than he imagined. Scared to Death hits limited theaters March 13th. Jasper, a young filmmaker, seizes a chance to direct when his crew attends a seance in a haunted children's shelter. Trapped inside, they're haunted by ghostly orphans and a sinister force. I'm usually a little iffy on horror comedies, but I've heard that Lin Shaye, who is a horror icon, is absolutely bonkers in this, so I'm excited to watch. Undertone hits theaters March 13th. The host of a popular paranormal podcast becomes haunted by terrifying recordings mysteriously sent her way. This is my most anticipated movie of the year. I have heard so many people talking about this movie. A lot of my horror friends have already watched this and said it is the scariest movie they've ever watched. So I have high expectations. I hope they are not ruined. The Gates hits limited theaters March 13th. Three friends' road trip turns terrifying when they witness a murder in a gated community. And trapped inside, hunted by residents who blame them, their bond fractures as a charismatic yet sinister patriarch closes in. This one is more of a thriller with some horror elements to it, but I'm so excited because it's one of James Van Der Beek's final roles, and he plays this cult-like church leader, and I love anything with a cult-like character. Slanted hits theaters March 13th. An insecure Chinese American teenager undergoes experimental surgery to appear white, hoping to secure the prom queen title and peer acceptance. I'm a huge fan of horror movies with social commentary, and this one got incredible reviews at its showing at South by Southwest last year, so I'm looking forward to this one. Bodycam hit Shudder March 13th. A call to a quiet suburban home unleashes unthinkable carnage when two officers mistakenly shoot a man and his infant child, spiraling the tragedy into a fierce, unrelenting fall into the unknown. I'm so excited for this one. I absolutely love found footage. I think that this synopsis sounds insanely crazy, and Brandon Christensen has done some horror movies in the past like Z and Night of the Reaper that I really enjoyed, so I have high expectations for this one. Jitters hits video on demand March 17th. Detective Collymore, a single divorced father, stumbles upon a mysterious case involving the death of Tiffany, which was initially deemed natural. But digging deeper, he discovers the horrors of Jitters. I honestly can't tell if the trailer looks like it's going to be really good and exciting and batshit crazy, or really cheesy and low budget, so I guess we'll find out. Do Not Enter hits video on demand March 20th. The Creepers are thrill-seeking urban explorers who love pushing things to the edge, and their latest stunt, live streaming from New Jersey's abandoned Paragon Hotel, is their biggest yet. With its mobster past, supposed ghost, and rumored stash of $300 million, the Paragon is catnip to the Creepers and a surefire way to increase their fan base. But fear has other plans. Daring to enter the Paragon, not heeding the warnings, the Creepers fend off deadly rivals while supernatural creatures stalk them from the shadows, testing their endurance, sanity, and willingness to pay fame's heavy price. The Deep Dark hits video on demand March 20th. Miners are forced to take a professor underground with them to take samples for his measurements, and after a landslide prevents them from going back up, they discover a crypt from another time, unknowingly waking a bloodthirsty creature. This one is a French film, and honestly, I'm thinking now, why don't we have more minor horror movies? Because there's nothing scarier than Underground, but I've also read that this one has a lot of practical effects, so I'm stoked for it. Vampires of the Velvet Lounge, this one hits limited theaters March 20th. A group of vampires confronts the challenges of adapting to contemporary society while grappling with their own mortality, all while engaged in a conflict with a dangerous enemy. I love a good vampire movie, but I'm not gonna lie, this one looks like it's gonna be a little iffy. Forbidden Fruits hits theaters March 20th. Free Eden employee Apple secretly runs a witchy femme cult in the basement of the mall store after hours with fellow fruits Cherry and Fig. But when the new hire Pumpkin challenges their performative sisterhood, the women are forced to face their own poisons or succumb to a bloody fate. Everything about this movie sounds and looks like something I will love. I am so excited for this one. They Will Kill You hits theaters March 27th. A woman answers a help wanted ad to be a housekeeper in a mysterious high-rise in New York City. not realizing she is entering a community that has seen a number of disappearances over the years and may be under the grip of a satanic cult. I'm excited for this one, but it kind of seems like it's going to be like the movie Ready or Not, just set in an apartment building, so I'm excited to see how different it actually is. Touch Me hits limited theaters March 27th. Two codependent best friends become addicted to this heroin-like touch of an alien narcissist who may or may not be trying to take over the world. I got to see this one at a film festival, and I gotta tell you guys, it's weird. I liked it, but it's very weird, and I'm not sure it's going to be for everybody. Primal Darkness hits video on demand March 27th. Cole Harrington, the host of a popular outdoor series, sets out to track down the predator responsible for a series of cattle attacks in rural Nevada. The mystery deepens when he uncovers footage depicting the final moments of two missing university employees. I'm a sucker for all found footage movies, and I like that the trailer really doesn't give too much away. And lastly, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. This one hits theaters March 27th. Moments after surviving an all-out attack from the Ladomas family, Grace discovers she's reached the next level of this nightmarish game, and this time with her estranged sister Faith at her side. Grace has one chance to survive, keep her sister alive, and claim the high seat of the council that controls the world. 4 rival families are hunting her for the throne, and whoever wins rules it all. I absolutely love Ready or Not, and I've been waiting for a Ready or Not 2, and this cast is absolutely stacked. I cannot wait for this one. And that's a wrap on all the horror movies releasing in March. Let me know in the comments which one you guys are most excited for. There are so many good ones to pick from, but I'm not gonna lie, Undertone, I've been hearing so many good things about it. I cannot wait for that one. I upload these videos every month to let you know which horror movies are coming out that month, so be sure to turn notifications on, subscribe if you haven't. I hope that you are. And I also do a monthly horror hang where I talk about everything and all thing horror that I've been consuming. So movies, books, video games, stuff like that. I just uploaded my February one, so you can tune into that. It's kind of just like a vlog style. Let's hang out. Let's tap in. What have we been watching? What have we been playing? What have we been reading? I love hearing what you guys are also into, because that just gives me recommendations on what I should watch or read or play, and I love a never-ending list. But thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Happy screaming.